Welcome to a brand new episode of Fairy Dust TV. I'm your host, Jen Burton, romantic fairy godmama for smart, successful single women around the world. Today's topic: how to make a man fall in love. Yep, we're getting down to the basics, things that every woman should have in her arsenal. And let me tell you something right now. As I discussed in the last episode of how to make a man like you, it's not necessarily that you're making a man do anything, it's that you are creating the opportunity. Because truthfully, we don't want somebody to fall in love with us just because we can. We want somebody to fall in love with us so that we can reciprocate something very special and have that beautiful emotional exchange between two people. So for today's lesson, we're going to talk about 4 things that need to happen if you want to invite a man to fall in love with you. Before you do watch this video, if you haven't seen the last Fairy Dust TV episode of how to make a guy like you, I suggest you go watch that first. After you watch that, come right back here. Now, getting to today's topic, how to make a man fall in love. Let's talk about number 1, and this is a biggie. Number 1 is have your own life. I see too many women who revolve their identity around whether or not a man is interested in them, and when they do have a man interested in them, then all of a sudden it's all about him and his likes and his friends and everything about him, and they neglect that piece of their life. I want to tell you right now that there is nothing sexier, there is nothing more mesmerizing, there's nothing more intriguing than a woman who already has a life of her own, friends of her own, interests of her own, things to do of her own, places to be of her own. So I'll be honest, there were points in my life that I did revolve those things around a guy when I became interested in him, and I don't want you to do that anymore. You become 100% sexier, and again, 100% more alluring, more mesmerizing when you already have this going for you and that you truly enjoy your life, because a woman who's enthusiastic about her own life is intoxicating to wonderful men. Number 2, I want you to be the woman that he has the most fun with outside of the bedroom, okay? Now, yes, I do know that having fun in the bedroom is a real, true bonus. But if you want to stick out in his head, you have to be the woman that he has the most fun with outside the bedroom, because that's where long-term chemistry stems from. Because you might have this insane connection with somebody when you first meet them, and it might be magical in the sheets, but if nothing is going on outside of the bedroom, soon that will fade. On the other hand, if you're the girl that he has the most fun with, that in the bedroom reconnection can be reignited again and again and again and again. Even when you're having kind of a lull in the bedroom, if you're able to have fun outside of the bedroom, you'll be able to, like I said, reignite that chemistry in the bedroom. Inside, outside the bedroom, I feel like I just keep talking about the bedroom. But that takes me to point number 3, and again, we're talking about the bedroom. It's really important for you to teach him how to get you off. So I've heard it time and time again. Most women think a guy wants a lady in the streets and a freak in the sheets. And they think that unless they know how to perform pornographic acts, that they won't be able to keep a guy interested in the bedroom. And that's so far from the truth. Because the truth is that a man is really good man, real man, the right man for you is really truly interested in what gets you off as well. So it's important for you not only to learn that for yourself, but for you to be willing to teach that to him, because that too is alluring, mesmerizing, and will keep him coming back for more and more and more. Because it, again, I'm going to use the word intoxicating again. It's intoxicating to be with a woman who you know how to get off, and men love that. Absolutely love that. And for the ones that don't and don't care anything about getting you off, please free them. Let go of them. They are not worth your time. Okay? And finally, me, we're coming to point number 4 of how to invite or make a man fall in love with you, and that is your vulnerability. Now, I have to admit, this is where most of my smart, successful women get tripped up big time in romance. Somewhere along the way, women have learned that it's not okay to be romantically vulnerable anymore, or vulnerable in any ways. That since we're competing for jobs and in a man's society, and because we want a 50-50 playing ground, that if we show our vulnerability, that somehow we have lost our power. But the beautiful piece of all this is that when you actually reconnect to that vulnerability, that again in itself is very, very seductive, very alluring. And you can use it in a way, when you combine it with appropriate boundaries, you can use that in a way to have what you want in a relationship with a man. And it makes it even easier to fall in love with you. It's a highly seductive, mesmerizing, alluring, intoxicating quality. These are the words you have to think about when you think about vulnerability. It is not the scariest place to be in the whole wide world. Once you understand your vulnerability, what it means and what it doesn't mean, that's again where most women get tripped up, because most women think it's a release of power, when in fact it's the opposite. It's the ability to allow yourself to be who you are, to own that piece of you, and still have beautiful boundaries at the same time, and show your softer, more feminine side to a man and share that with him, because that's the piece that he's going to fall into and not be able to forget you for. So allow him to see those pieces to you. It doesn't make you less strong of a woman whatsoever. This is also, I want to make a little note, that where a lot of women get tripped up when they think that men don't like strong, successful women. It's not that men don't like strong, successful women. They're very attracted to strong, successful women. It's that most strong, successful women don't truly give them the opportunity to adore their vulnerability and to share that with them in a way that these women don't feel like they're losing control. So she shuts down, he doesn't get that opportunity, and that connection is missed. So if you think about it, it's actually quite simple to invite or make a man fall in love with you. Number 1 is have your own life. So very important, and what you should already be doing anyways if you're not, and most of you already are, so that's awesome. Number 2, be the woman that he has the most fun with outside of the bedroom. So we're talking long term here, we're not talking just short term. And number 3, teach him how to get you off, because your pleasure is just as important to him as his own. And number 4, vulnerability. Learn how to be vulnerable in front of a man, but maintain good boundaries at the same time. So thank you, Lover Girl, for joining me today on this Fairy Dust TV brand new episode. I will see you next week. Mwah.